Hello, Sheldon Gould here with S&N Custom Lawn Care. Thought I'd do another video today, seeing it's nice out. It's October 18th, 2018, and it was up to a high of plus 21 Celsius. And I thought, well, with the weather being so nice, I might do an equipment video because some people have been asking to kind of see what equipment we use. And I also wanted to give a shout out to my wife, Jackie. It's our 3rd year anniversary of actually while dating. We're actually married, but it was 3 years ago today that we actually started dating. So I'll say happy anniversary to my wife Jackie, and we'll have a look around, and I'm going to show you some of the equipment that we use. The other day I did a toolbox tour and had quite a few good results out of that. And then people wanted to see some of my equipment, so I thought I'd do a video. So we'll wander around the yard here and over to the shop and take a look at some of the equipment we use. I think first on the list be my vehicle, my truck. Once I get around the corner of the house here, it's got the water tank in the back because we were hauling water again today. But this is my main work truck. It's a 2010 GMC Sierra SLE 4x4, 3/4 ton, 2500 HD. It's got the 6-liter in it, and let's see. Inside, it's kind of messy. I haven't had a chance to clean it lately, but my truck has a snow plow on the front. There's a snow plow controller. It's a Boss Power V plow, 8 feet 2 inches. I'll show you that later. It's over by the shop. This truck has, I'll take a look here, 203,040 kilometers on it, and due for an oil change here any day, so I have to do that up before winter anyways, now that the snow's gone and the weather's going to be nice for a couple of weeks. But this is my main go-to work truck. It's got a hidden hitch on the back, and it's also got the 5th wheel plate in the back for hauling trailers. Yeah, right there is connections for the V plow, the Boss V plow. And then the hitch underneath there for the plow. And it's got an orange flashing strobe beacon on top. It needs a wash, but I figured there's no point in washing it when our driveway looks like that. But that's my truck there. I like it, other than it's hard on fuel, being a 6-liter. Alright, let's see. Next, what do we got? Oh, I'll wander over to this shop. Yeah, it's lovely weather out. No snow in the yard at all now. Just a bunch of garbage that the dogs have put on the lawn, which I have to clean up. There's my dogs. Oliver's the one walking there, and that's Bailey. We'll go over to this shop here where the riding mowers are, and the John Deere tractor, which I kind of jumped the gun thinking that snow was here to stay, and I took the mower deck off and put the snowblower on. And 2 days later I'm getting phone calls wanting fall cleanup done. But in here, it's kind of a mess. This is just kind of a shelter for them until we build a bigger shop. But there's the John Deere with the snowblower on it, which you saw a couple videos ago when we were switching that over. And there's my other riding mower. This mower here garden tractor is a John Deere X530, which I have several attachments, which you'll see throughout the video. For instance, we got a 47-inch snowblower, John Deere snowblower. And then in the John Deere for motor, it is, I don't know if you can see it, this is the Kawasaki 26 horsepower V-twin, gas powered. And we'll take a look and see how many hours is on this. I know the keys are in my pocket somewhere. There they are. This has, for hours, 933.2 hours, and this is due for an oil change right away too. But it's been a good little more. Hydrostatic drive. And then my other lawnmower, which I use for kind of rough cut stuff, is this True Value Lawn Chief 440, which I'm thinking about 5 years ago I had to put a new motor in it. It originally came from my grandpa, who had it in town and used it on his yard maybe 2 or 3 times a year for about the last 18 years, so it hardly had any hours on it. So it was gifted to me, and now I have it. Now it doesn't have an hour thing on it, so I'm not sure how many hours would be on it. But like I said, I put a new motor in it a couple of years ago. This one has a 12 horsepower Briggs & Stratton. Just a single cylinder, and it's gas as well. And it has a 39-inch mower deck on it, so it's kind of small, but it's great for small places. Also has a hitch on the back, which I sometimes pull my pull-behind aerator behind it. And then that back there is the mower deck, a 54-inch John Deere mower deck for this tractor here, the X530. And that's what we took off the other day, and I haven't had a chance to clean it up, but I stuck it in here in case it snowed again. But that's a new mower deck. I've had it maybe 4 months. I just picked it up because my other deck that was on here got bent and we couldn't straighten it out. So the original mower deck is actually laying over at the shop, in front of the shop there, as spare parts. And I'm eventually going to take all the usable parts off and then haul it out for scrap. So that's basically the equipment in this shop. Just the 2 riding mowers with the mower deck there. Now we'll wander around this side. And we got my dump trailer, which is going to the dump, I'm thinking, in the next couple of days, because it's loaded right up. This is, trying to think of what year it is. I've only had the thing about 3 or 4 years, and it's a 12 by 8 dump trailer, and it's 10,000 pounds, and it's been a good trailer. Use it for everything, hauling junk like this, demolition, hauling equipment around. The skid steer will fit in there without the bucket. Other than that, it's too heavy. It lifts up, hydraulics. What else can I say? That's the one that was in the video a little while ago. I just put new tires on it. It's a rainbow trailer out of trying to think of the town. I can't think of the town off the top of my head, but it's Manitoba made. It's got in here, got the battery box that charges off your truck when you're plugged in. It's a up and down electric. Just hit that and it goes up. Very handy. Like Like I said, use it a lot. And I don't think I'd go with anything else other than maybe a car hauler or equipment hauler. Might go with a little bigger one. This is a 12 by 8. I kind of wished I had got the 14 by 8. But this one works great. Okay, over at this shop, well, there's a snowplow for the truck. The Smart Shield Boss plow. It's a 8-foot 2-inch Power V. Not sure what year it is. It's not that old. But got it out here, so we're ready to throw it on the truck when we need it. It's got the quick attach hitch on it. You just basically drive up to these two front pins and they slide in the mount on the truck, and then you get out and you flick this switch and the rest of it just pops up and snaps into place, and then you plug your cables in and you're good to go. But that's the snow plow, the V plow. Here's my Bobcat industrial grapple for the skid steer. It's got articulating arms, so they can kind of put pressure on where it's needed and it doesn't crush everything exactly. It's got the long prongs on it. You can kind of see one there. It's a couple years old, I guess. I've only had the skid steer for, well, this will be going on the 3rd winter I've had it. So I got this shortly after I got the skid steer for doing demolition and yard cleanup and loading trees. We do a fair amount of tree trimming and removal, so that works great. You pick the trees up there and then we dump them over there in the trailer when we got the trailer with us. Next, I got my skid steer. This is a 2014 Bobcat S510. It's got a 49 horse turbo diesel in it. It's got the standard dirt bucket on the front. The only attachments I have so far for the skid steer is the dirt bucket and that grapple. I'm looking in at getting a rotary brush for it for doing sidewalks and parking lots. It's been good. It's been, like I said, I'm going on 3 winters this year. We do a lot of snow removal with it. Right now I got the battery charger on it, but what I'll do, oh, I got keys in the other John Deere yet. I'll have to get. I got the keys for the skid steer. We'll see how many hours are on it, because I can't remember off the top of my head. This skid steer has heat, radio, doesn't have air conditioning. It's a 2-speed. It's got the beacon on the top there. It's got the bob attached, as you can see there, for switching buckets and accessories. Now we'll take a look and see how many hours is on this thing. The glow plugs have to heat up, but once this countdown's done, it'll come up with the hours. Got 915.5 hours on her. I think when I got it 3 years ago, it was about 650 hours. So I put a few hours on it, not too many, but but yeah, it's a clean outfit. Got the stick controls for steering, and down in here are your foot controls for the bucket. Oh, we'll lock that back up because we don't need it today. Okay, yeah, there's the front of the shop. Out in front of the shop, let's see, I trimmed some trees around the shop, so there's random branches laying around here. There's the original moor deck off the John Deere X530. Take all the parts that are usable off of it, which is quite a few. Shouldn't be too much left other than probably just the metal deck. Even the idler wheels on it, I think, are new start of last summer. And there's new bearings, new blades, guards. I gotta take on this side under this flap, the new deck didn't come with it, but there's a pulley and this guard that I have to take off, put on the new deck, so that I can hook the power flow bagger blower up to it. So I'll have to switch that. Next to that is my Husqvarna pull behind aerator. It's a core aerator. Flip it up, maybe see. You can see the tines down there. I pull that behind either the John Deere or the Lawn Chief. Next to that is my Burco rotary broom, 48 inch. That goes on the John Deere as well. It's not meant for the John Deere, so you have to put a special mounting kit on before you can put it on, but I use that a lot for doing snow removal on sidewalks or cleaning, sweeping parking lots. I also use it for doing larger yards for dethatching, raise the brush up and sweep lawns off. Next to that is a John Deere tiller, 38 inch rear mount tiller that also goes on the John Deere X530. I use that a lot. It does a really good job. It chews up the ground, and this flap on the back levels everything out, and it digs fairly deep, so it does a good job. And then behind the shop, you were kind of back here the other day when we got the snowblower, but back here is our snowplow, or grader blade, that has the spring trip on it, and you can angle it all different ways. That also goes on the John Deere X530. Use that a lot for sidewalks in the winter as well. Not so much grading dirt or stuff like that, but when I first got it, it worked good for that, but then the cutting edge got wore down and I haven't got around to replacing it, so we just use it a lot for doing sidewalks in the winter. Let's see, next, what do we got? Over here are my harrows, a set of two sections of diamond tooth harrows bolted together for harrowing down surfaces and rough driveways and stuff. That, depending on what we're doing, I'll pull behind either the John Deere X530 or the Lawn Chief 440, or I'll pull it behind a quad. I guess could use it behind a skid steer, but being able to see it would be a pain and you couldn't back up with it and stuff. So usually it's just pulled behind, most of the time, the John Deere or the quad. So that's pretty much all the equipment outside. We'll wander around here. I do have a ladder out here, out in our orchard. We were picking apples, selling apples, so you can kind of see over there by my dog Bailey where there's a ladder. You're gonna get that in the shop yet before the winter, but that's a what is it, a 12-foot step ladder or 16-foot extension ladder, I think. Can't remember. But that's one of my ladders, and then I have 3 other ladders out front of the shop here. We'll take a quick look. Let's see. Over here, my other ladders, there's 2 extension ladders, and then a shorter ladder, and then there's a 16-foot extension ladder as well. There's a wheelbarrow, which happened to be here when we moved. I haven't had a chance to use it, but you can never have enough wheelbarrows, so that'll be great for moving dirt. Now we'll go into the shop and show you some of the things in there. I just have to find the key. Somewhere on my many keys, I look like a janitor. Yeah, let's see. Nope, that's not it. Let's see. I can never find the key when I'm looking for it. I don't know why that is. Oh, there it is. Everybody tells me I got too many keys because they hang off my ignition in my truck. Which is true. Too much weight will wreck your ignition cylinder. But I'd rather just have all my keys together so I know where they are, because on a day-to-day basis I pretty much use every one. Okay, so we'll get this unlocked. Well, somebody asked if this was a birdhouse. No, it's not a birdhouse, it's a hidden plug-in. Nice little way to hide a plug-in, I guess. Okay, in the shop, I'll turn on my other light here. Just give me a second here. I'm going to set you down for 30 seconds. I'm going to plug in the light over here. Hard to do with one hand. Okay, in here, this is my Mr. Heater, Buddy Heater, for heating the shop. 125,000 BTO diesel heater. Down here we got, well, we got our jerry cans. We got a big one for gas, yellow one for diesel. That little one there is mixed gas. That one there is another one for diesel. And that one there is a boat tank for demolition derby cars, which is what me and my brother and wife do. We build and drive demolition cars once in a blue moon. Okay, let's see. In here, it's kind of hard to see everything, but right there we have the industrial trimmer. It's a still. I can't remember what model off the top of my head. Let's see here. Hard to see. ES 220 AV still trimmer. That's an older one that I picked up for like 50 bucks. Here's one that I got brand new, another still trimmer. And it's a still FS38. And then I have a Weed Eater Featherlight trimmer, and it's a FL25C. It's a small light one. The wife likes to use it because it's nice and light. Down here I got a Aaron's Pushmore. It's let's see here, get you the right angle on the light. 175cc Subaru motor, and we use that for, well, just about everything. Those small jobs that we can't get the big riding mowers in. I have a Still multi-tool, and this has the Still MM55 on it, and that has a few attachments. I have the mini tiller, which is on it right now. I also have the edger attachment for it, which comes with an edging blade and then a little guide wheel that goes on the other side. And then I also have the dethatcher for it as well. That's quite handy. Let's see. Back in here, I have my leaf blower, one of them. This is a Ryobi 2-cycle. It's also a shredder and bagger. I also use that in the winter for blowing snow off of small sidewalks and stuff. What else we got? I know it's not the best video, it's kind of dark in here and stuff's hard to get to. Let's see, my chainsaw, which I've had for a couple years. A great chainsaw, works awesome. It's a Still MS261C, commercial grade one. Everything is steel on it other than the gas tank. Gas tank is the only thing that's plastic on it. This is all steel, reinforced. Down there in the corner, that corner orange one, goes all the way down the wall. That is my Still 16-foot pole saw. And next to that is a Still multi-use hedge trimmer with the angling end on it, and it goes all the way down to there. You can see the end of the guard. I would take it out, but there's too much stuff in the road. I'm not 100% sure on the model numbers on those. I can maybe try and get in here and tell you. Nah, I can't really see. What do we got here? Nah, I can't tell. I'll have to get a better look at that when I pull it out and then let you guys know. And then next to that, right there, is another commercial hedge trimmer. And that's a Stihl MS81T. I use that a lot. Let's see, what else? There's a toboggan, which we use for anytime I need to pull stuff around. Use it a lot for leaf cleanup. But I'll try and move that because there's another Pushmore. There's another Pushmore underneath right here. This is a Craftsman. And it's a 190cc, 21-inch Pushmore with bagger. Now this other one, this Aaron's, I can't remember, I believe the Aaron's is a 21-inch. I'm not 100%. Okay, that big black thing there is a power flow bagger for the moor deck on the John Deere that attaches to this pipe here. And this here is the power flow bagger, dual bags, that goes on the John Deere. Next, it's hard to see, but back in that corner is a Craftsman, yard work electric snowblower that I use for doing roofs, snow removal off of roofs. Next to that, we have a Husqvarna walk behind commercial aerator, and that thing weighs a ton, even without the weights. Next to that, I have a, it's hard to see, Poulan's walk behind tiller. I can't remember what size that is, but it's a Poulan Pro. Here's the top part of it. Back in that box back there, you can kind of see those tines. That's the dethatcher attachment for the Stihl multi-tool right there. In front of the aerator is my Roper 526 walk behind snowblower. It's got a 26-inch cut on it and a 5 horsepower. Can't remember what make this motor is, but it's 5 horsepower. I don't use that so much anymore, but if we have a small job in the winter, I'll take it out, or a gravel driveway or something, or a small driveway where I can't get either the tractor or the skid steer in. I'll take that out. I'll put some of this stuff back so you can see. Just give me a second. I gotta put the toboggan back. And then I gotta put my chainsaw back, which there. Okay, next, back in the corner is my fertilizer spreader, which in the summer I use for spreading fertilizer or grass seed, and in the winter I put sidewalk salt in it for doing small areas and sidewalks. Let's see what else we have. I showed you the snowblower. I got a little better look. You can kind of see it there. And then we got random parts and tools. This here is one of the bags for the power flow bagger. It fits on underneath there. Like I said, there's 2 of them. Oh, these are my hand trimmers for trimming trees. Those work great. You can cut through trees almost, I would say at the most 3 inches. Takes a little bit of strength, but it will cut them. These tires aren't really equipment, but they're accessories to my truck. These are winter steel studded tires that go on the truck, which really improve plowing. They have all kinds of traction. What else have we got back here? box full of random grease and lubricants and starting fluid. That there's all small garden tools and extra trimmer cord for the weed whackers. Back in there is my air compressor. It's a smaller one. I need a bigger one because I can't run my air tools. That yellow shaft right there, that handle going up there, that's a roof rake shovel for pulling snow off of roofs. Up on top above my S&N sign there's a couple of caster wheels. Those are the wheels off of the Burco rotary broom. When you're using that, you use that to stabilize it, but you have to take them off to get the broom loaded in the trailer when it's on the tractor. Well, a snow scoop, everybody knows what that's for, and my large snow pusher. Those things are amazing. Most of the smaller sidewalks are pretty much the same width as that, so you go down the sidewalk once and you're done. A bunch of hand tools back in there, rakes, another rake over there. And we showed you the toolbox the other day. There's my tie down stuff for tying the skid steer or anything into the trailer, which we use these chains for. There's a few on the floor here pulled out because I haven't had a chance to put them away. We got a couple of Roundup hand sprayers. What else can I show you? Oh, our battery charger. I'm seeing it's not dark out. It's a Pro Logic solar battery charger, which I've got on the skid steer at the moment because the battery keeps going dead. I got a LED trouble light. What else can I show you? There's a Black & Decker table saw back in there. That was my dad's, which I have, and I haven't found a spot for it. We're working on our house, under construction right at the moment, but in the basement I'm hoping to put kind of a woodworking shop down there. So that'll be going in there once that's done, along with back in the corner there's a little press drill. That's going to go in there as well. What else do we got? Never have enough hard hats. We always wear hard hats when we're doing tree jobs or anything heavy, or some sites, depending on what you're doing. Manitoba Hydro, any oil sites, oil leases, anything like that, we're required to wear PPE, which includes steel-toed boots, long sleeve pants like blue jeans, Nomex coveralls, fire